Aloha and welcome to my new channel. This is Airguns 808, new channel that I'm starting. I wanted to do this video for a while and I was gonna stick it on my original channel. If you guys are coming over from the original channel, welcome. But yeah, so the reason why I wanted to do these videos is because I've been wanting to get my firearms license again here in Hawaii, and I realized that there's a lot of different rules than there was before. I had my firearms license in the past, and when I went to go just look at firearms, I didn't realize that the firearms license that I had was expired. I guess because the rules changed or something, and it's no longer valid, and I needed to update it. So I have to go through the whole process of getting it updated. And if you guys don't know, Hawaii has some of the strictest gun laws in the country, and which is kind of weird because if you guys don't know this, Hawaii is actually an open carry state, so you can open carry here, but you need to get a permit to do that, and you need to go to the sheriff's office and get the permit to do that, and there hasn't been a permit issued in well over, let's say, like 10 years. Yeah, they don't issue those permits out to just anybody, and I think it's like only under certain circumstances they'll allow you to actually open carry in Hawaii. Also, too, there are laws concerning home defense as well, which kind of sucks because that's like the main reason why you want to get your firearms license, is to protect your home in the event that you will, you know, have a home invasion or someone breaks into your house. You want to keep your family safe and your kids safe. But in Hawaii, that's a little different. If someone breaks into your home, you can only exert the amount of force or whatever force they have on them on what they're exerting on you. So if they have a knife, it has to be equal. So if they have a knife, you have to have a knife in order to defend yourself. If they had a gun, then you could have a gun. Most people in Hawaii, they don't, like, when they break into homes, it's not really, it's usually when people aren't home. Nobody's really home when it happens. There are like a few cases that had happened in the past couple years. Like one, for instance, this man was waving a knife out on someone else's yard. He had a knife and he was threatening him. It was private property. The owner of the property was outside and told the guy, if you don't step back, I'm going to shoot you. And he had apparently a rifle in his hand, and the gentleman that was waving the knife around was threatening him, saying, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to come in there, I'm going to come over there and stab you. And the gentleman took one step forward and got shot and died. And now the gentleman that shot him, who was only defending himself and his home because the gentleman did have a knife, is going to jail. So yeah, that's just one example of how, like, stupid the laws here are in Hawaii. And I understand, like, he even said that he didn't mean to take that guy's life, but he was seriously felt threatened, and he wasn't trying to shoot him in a vital spot on his body, but as the guy moved, he kind of moved, like, he claims he was aiming more for his shoulder, but the gentleman had stepped forward and the trigger just got pulled, and at that instance, you know, you're not really aiming, and he just kind of shot him right in the chest. Single shot killed him. So it was an accident, and now he's going to jail for that. For defending his property, he's going to jail. But yeah, so my aim for this channel is to show that, you know, there are alternatives. I know it's not as fun as it is. Like, I had a lot of fun growing up, you know, shooting guns, going to the range and stuff like that. And with the new laws that they have here in Hawaii, especially with that, and my grandpa actually owns a lot of firearms, and, you know, I was hoping one day he would pass them on to me, but now there's a law against that too because of a more recent story that had happened where 2 police officers lost their lives to a crazed gentleman who had hand-me-down guns. They were passed down from his father to him, and it was like an arsenal kind of thing, you know. And yeah, that's unfortunate. I feel bad for those family members that lost those 2 people. But that really affected the gun laws here in Hawaii too. And now it's getting to the point where it seems like now attackers, people who have these guns, have more rights than responsible gun owners do. And that's unfortunate because that's the direction that our state is going in. They basically want to ban all guns and firearm sales altogether, but they can't legally do that. So they make it really difficult for gun owners to have these sort of things, even responsible gun owners. Another side to that is you're taking away the power to protect from responsible gun owners, like how I'm a responsible gun owner, my grandpa's a responsible gun owner. You're taking the power away from us to actually have our guns on us just in case a situation takes place where we would need them. It's not like we're toting around with our pistols drawn waiting for something to happen. No, it's a just in case situation. And with that law about, you know, making it harder for people, gun owners, responsible gun owners, to have their guns on them, it's stupid. Like, you can have your gun in your home. You need a permit for your firearm, a license for your firearm, and you also need a permit to purchase ammunition for your firearm, and that permit does expire. So that just makes it even more difficult, and you're only allowed to get so much ammunition at a time, which is even worse. And that's like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You need a permit to purchase ammunition, and they're claiming because they want to make it harder for people to acquire ammunition who get these guns, who build so-called ghost guns. But a lot of the crimes here in Hawaii, these guns aren't registered to anybody. They're not considered ghost guns because all the parts are legitimate, and these guns are legitimate. They're all manufactured at the same place and put together at the same place, and somehow end up on our streets. And because of that, because of the rising number of gun violence here on Oahu, which is still probably the lowest in the nation, but because of the rise in gun violence here in Hawaii, they're getting to a point where now they want to just ban guns altogether. And it's kind of stupid because you're taking guns away from the people who are responsible, and you're giving power to the people who aren't responsible, because these guns aren't registered. They don't have all these rules that they're following. They're not going to follow these rules. These people causing the gun violence on the streets aren't going to follow the rules. They're not going to go get a permit and do all of this stuff they're just going to acquire the gun illegally and go and commit an illegal act. That's plain and simple as that. There's no in between where, you know, they acquired the gun legally and want to go out and commit a violent act. There's very little to no evidence showing that that's what happens. Like, people will go out there, they'll get a permit, gun license, you know, do all of that stuff, purchase a firearm, and then go out and commit a crime. That's not a thing. I mean, I'm sure maybe somewhere in history there is an incident where that had happened, but not here in Hawaii as far as I know. And I was doing a lot of research on this too, and before I made this video. But yeah, anyways, my main focus on this channel is going to be, there are other means to have fun here on the islands. Like, you can buy an air gun, you can buy airsoft guns is another good option. And on this channel, I want to focus on all of those, like those types of things. So I'm making this channel separate from my original channel, because my original channel has so much random stuff on it. And I just want to make a channel that's pure, like, air gun fun, you know? Not only air guns too, you know, I'm going to do like some slingshots. I'm going to do all kinds of other stuff, maybe archery too. So yeah, I just want to welcome you guys to my channel, and I hope you guys like my content. Enjoy the videos. I have a video coming up in just a couple of days. It's already shot. I'm just editing and putting it together. I want to try to do a little better production quality than what I've been doing on my previous channel. And yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. You guys have a wonderful day. Aloha.